Okay. Hello, check 1, 2, 3. Hello, check 1, 2. Okay, we have audio, we have everything working. So now let's get started. Now today our goal is learning very basic of Unity C# scripting. So yeah, let's go. Now I hope you have Unity installed within Unity Hub, and let's open up Unity Hub, and then let's create a 2D project to learn the basics of Unity scripting, I guess. So here, just select 2D, and then let's just name it Unity Beginner Coding Tutorials. Okay, let's create. Okay, we do not have any analytics showing. I hope the analytics show up quite nicely soon. Okay, let's wait for our project to boot up, and meanwhile, if you have anything... Okay, RS Gaming, hello my brother, hello, how are you doing, buddy? Okay, it might take a little bit time, so let's just let's say talk about what we're going to create. Now we're going to create some let's say we're going to move some 2D sprites. So we're going to learn about Unity's component and how to use them to manipulate stuff, you know. Anyway, it's going to be fun. Okay, it's going to be very fun. Let's get started. RS Gaming, bro, I know you. You are my Rakib, bro. Okay, I know you. I watch your videos, my brother. Okay. Okay, we have analytics, but it's not much good. Anyway, let's just wait for our Unity to boot up. It takes a bit time because my PC has been on pressure for a very, very long time. Okay, Unity, boot up, boot up, boot up. Hello, Mr. Unity, are you working? Okay. Okay, something using my memory too much. Yeah, the desktop window manager. I hate it. Desktop window manager, why are you bothering me? Anyway, I think it will open up now. I'm wrong. Then who are you? Who are you, bro? Tell me. RS Gaming. Are you sad? No, you are Rakib. You are Rakib. No. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you on private, mister. I will not be able to do my personal stuff now. I want to be able to give him APK. Holy shit. Okay, Unity has opened up. Now this is the Unity's basic thing that you get when you open up Unity. Now this grid comes on by default. I have disabled it. Now let's actually enable it. So this is how this thing actually looks. Now I'm going to make the background white because white is, I don't know, my favorite color. Okay, now let's actually do the let's say very important, the very familiar hello world scripting. Okay, so let's just create a script and let's name it hello world, and let's open it up, I guess. Now to open up I'm going to use the Visual Studio Community version 2020, no, 2019, I guess. Now, if you don't have Visual Studio, then I don't know what you have, maybe Visual Code, but try installing Visual Studio Community version using the Unity Hub, okay? Now, on Hello World, we're going to learn about the Unity's coding structures, okay? Now, on here, you can see there's something called start. Now, the void start is a method that is done when the game starts. Like if you say hello world on here, then on start, the hello world is going to show up on your game. Now, that's the thing that we're going to do now. Now, on help void start, we're going to say print, sorry, like this, and then we're going to say hello world. Okay, now if I shut this off and let Unity compile, and then if I come back in my console and then I hit play, then you should see, okay, you will not see hello world because the hello world script is not in our game. Now this is our game world, this is our 2D game world. Now on here we have to put our hello world and other scripts or assets to make our game, okay? So let's just create an empty game object and let's name it hello world. Now I pressed F2 to rename this thing, okay? Hello world, here goes hello world. Now let's come back to game view and then hit play. And as you can see, hello world is shown. Now let's do this again. There you go. Because here I said print hello world, it's going to say hello world whenever I start the game. So that's the basic of the start function of Unity. Now then, what's update? Now update is something that does every frame per second. Now I know you know that what is FPS means. I mean, what does the FPS means? It's frame per second, okay? Now this thing runs every frame your computer can give. Now if I just write in the print hello world on here as well, hello world, and then I come back to my game view and let it load, let it load. Okay, it's loaded. Then if I hit play, then you will see that hello world is being done many times. It's because it's being done per frame. So it's being done every frame on your computer. It's being compiled every frame your PC can handle. Okay, so this is the basic of our void update. Now there are more functions like this, like the void enumerator that helps you create delays, and then there is some other ones like on trigger enter functions that is done when you go inside an object or something. Anyway, we're going to use void start update and trigger maybe if our stream is actually is good. Please tell my name. You're going now. Bro, I'm very sorry I forgot your name. I think you are my Rocky bro. I'm going to try to find you on here. Can I find you? RS Gaming. It's not you. RS Gaming BD. It's not you. I'm sorry, my bro. You are my Rocky bro. Why are you saying no? Oh, you're Sharif. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm going to be so sad. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to settle that on public. No, we're going to settle that on private. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, now let's actually do something visual so that we can understand the coding more. So I'm going to come here and then I'm going to use the print. That's the Paint 3D application. Okay, I'm going to create a new, and then I'm going to create a 2D shape. I'm going to create this shape. This looks cool. Okay, this looks very cool. And let's make it big. Okay, now let's have it done, and then I need to crop this thing. Now how to crop? There you go, crop. Okay, buddy, let's crop you up. Okay, I'm happy with this. There you go. And let's save this, and we're going to save it as an image, and we're going to save it here. And let's close this thing up. We don't need it anymore. Now let's come to our project, and then let's find our picture. It's on picture, and then it's on capture. No, yeah, there you go. The untitled. I'm going to take it here. And here you can see the untitled. Now it comes with the background, but that's no issue because our background is white. We're going to only see the triangle on here. Okay, now this looks cool. Now we're going to move it left and right using our Unity coding. Now let's just call it player, and let's create another script on it. Now we're going to create, we're going to do add component, and then player, and then new script, and then player. And it will create and add a new script named player. But this is not the efficient way of creating script. Okay, what I want you to do while you do your project is create a folder called scripts, and then put your scripts there. Okay, now when you are doing too much work, you're going to create a subfolder in scripts and work with it. Now for this video of mine, I am not going to create subfolders because I'm going to do some basic scripting for you guys, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, it's my Shakti Prasad bro. Welcome to the stream, my brother. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some coding today. We're not gaming today, okay? Now let's do some player scripting. Now what do we want this player to do is move left and right. Okay, so to move player to left and right, we're going to use let's use physics to move left and right. Okay, so let's actually move all the way. No, just left and right. So now to apply physics to this object, we need to learn about Unity's physics system, right? Now Unity's physics system is basically using colliders and using let's say a component named rigid body. Now for 2D project, the component's name is rigid body 2D. So now let's add rigid body 2D and then hit play. Now think as if this is real world. Now for a real world, if you stay high up, you go down. So this rigid body will make our, let's say, player or this triangle thingy to go down. So if we hit play now, as you can see, this thing goes down because gravity is attracting him, and he is where? He's quite down. He is going down very fast. I cannot keep up with him. Anyway, now we're going to modify this rigid body component to move it left and right. Okay, now let's position this on here. You can actually come over here, select this tool, and then move it like this. I am happy how it was before, so let's go. Now let's make our player move left and right. Okay, now first we need to fix the issue where it's actually making our player just go down, right? I mean, we don't want gravity to move our player, so we're just going to come on our rigid body. If it is like looking like this, just click on here or this drop down, and then here you will see. Oh, Shakti Prasad, I need some help to give me. No problem, bro. You have all the time you want. Okay, so here on rigid body, we're just going to make the gravity scale 0 so that our player character is not affected by gravity. So if I hit play now, as you can see, my player is not being affected by gravity, but there is still a rigid body working on him. If we go on our info, we can say rigid body things like velocity and other stuffs. And I'm sorry if my sound is very noisy now. Let's check our audio, right? Rigid body things like velocity and other stuffs. And I'm sorry if my audio is good. No problemas. Okay, now let's actually make our player move. We have done so much talking. Now to make our player move with the physics system of Unity, we need this rigid body 2D reference in our script. So we're going to say public, it means we can see it on our inspector. Now this is the inspector, okay? Now on our inspector, we're going to say public, rigid body 2D, and we're going to call it player body. Okay, now on here update, I will say no, let's actually create a float public float. The float is going to be speed, the left right speed. Now what is a float? Let's go learn about floats. Float. Now if you come here, float unity. Okay, let's actually look at what is float. Okay, never mind, I'm going to make you understand what is float. Now there is two types of number in our world. One is called integer, which is more likely said int, and then there is float. Now what is an integer and what is a float? Now integer is whole number, like 1 is an integer, 2 is an integer. Then what is a float? 1.2 is a float because it has some numbers that is not whole numbers. Okay, so whole numbers integer, not whole numbers not integers, floats. Okay, so let's go. Now we have floats. Now the float is the speed, and then we don't need speed start now, but we're going to work with start in a bit. Now on our player body, we're going to say if I am hitting the arrow key, or no, let's say if I'm hitting the left arrow key or the D key on my keyboard, let's say if key input dot get key code dot D, then my player body dot velocity. Now what is velocity? Velocity is like velocity in real life. If you push something, then it is going to move. Okay, so that's what velocity is, even though velocity has a scientific meaning. Anyway, on our player body dot velocity, we're going to say it's equals to a vector 2. Now what is a vector 2? Now in our real world there is 3 vectors. One is x, one is y, and one is z. But in a 2D world we have 2 vectors. One is x and another is y. So that's what vector 2 over here means. Now on here, on vector 2, I'm going to say rigid body dot, no, we're going to say speed minus the speed. Okay, no, let's just have speed. Okay, and then I'm just going to say rigid body dot y. No, not rigid body dot y. Let's say I think it's going to be player body dot y. Now I'm going to just start research a bit about it. I think I am forgetting stuff. Anyway, let's just have 0 on it because I am actually not being able to remember what I was trying to create. So let's do player body dot velocity equals to new. Oh, that's what I forgot. Yeah, I have to put new on it because we're going to create some new vectors. Okay, new vector 2, and then it's going to be player body. No, it's going to be speed, just like before, and then we have player body dot y. Player body no, shit. Player body dot velocity dot y. Okay, sorry for this mess. So now if I go back to my scene and hit D, okay, my player body is not assigned. Now if I look at my player script, you will see there is two more public values on here, just like this one. So the public rigid body and the public floats. on here we have to put our player body, means this rigid body that we have just put in on our character. So let's just drop this rigid body on here. You can drop like this, or you can drop like this, and then there's a speed value. Let's actually give it our speed of 1 for now. Let's just see how fast it is on our speed of 1. Okay, now let's hit play. Okay, 1 is pretty low, and as you can see, it is still going and going and going because the gravity is pulling him. So even if I am not hitting, even if I stop hitting D, it's going to go there to infinity because gravity is pulling him on there. Okay, so how to make them stop? We're going to make it stop in a bit. Before that, let's create our let's say left going key as well. So on here I am going to say if I input dot get key code dot a, and then player body dot velocity, just like before, equals to new vector 2, and it's going to be minus the speed because we want it to go on the opposite side of our speed, and then just player body dot velocity dot y because we don't want our y value to change. Okay, now if I hit play, then we should be able to move both left and right. There you go. Let's actually bump up our speed. Let's go to our player, select our player, and then bump up our speed. Let's give it a speed of 4, right? There you go. We have some nice movements now, and as you can see, if I really, even if I release the button, it goes away. Now there is 2 ways we can fix this. The first one is using let's say input systems, or let's say the input methods that comes up with Unity. The inputs that comes up with Unity. Anyway, let's go to our edit and then project settings, and then on our input manager on axis you can see horizontal, and then you can see vertical. We can use this horizontal and vertical values to help our let's say triangle to not go to left or right or infinity, or we can use something called else statement. Now let's since we are let's say coding, let's do our else statement. So on else I'm going to say if, it's going to be else if because it's a if statement. Now on else we're going to say if input dot get key up. Okay, now what get key up means? Now get key up means if I just release the D key code dot D, if I just release the D key, then our player body dot velocity is going to be 0. So let's just do player, okay, let's just code things. Okay, player body dot velocity equals to vector 2 dot 0. Now the same we're going to do here. Let's just no, we're not going to copy anything today. Let's just do else if my freaking keyboard is shit, my everything is shit. On here we're going to say again if we just released our a key, so else if input dot get key up key code dot a, then our player body dot velocity equals to vector 2 dot 0. Now this might look like a lot of code because you are a beginner, but this really isn't. This is very simple. Just try it on your own and you will have it done very easily. And I think I'm going to have it this way because we have nicer eyes. Okay, we can see things, we can see this. Now let's actually look at our script once again from our inspector and then hit play. And as you can see, when I am not hitting the keyboard, then the spaceship, or let's say the player, is not moving. Okay, now that's all fair and cool. Now what if we want this spaceship that we created to fire bullets. Right now, that's something cool. Now that's something we're going to do in this video as well, since why not? And gaming, hello bro, hello bro. Okay, we have 0 viewers, but that's okay. I'm going to still continue this video because why not? Okay, now on here I'm going to come up on our player, and then we're going to create, let's actually open up our player script again. Now on here, let's create some more public things. Now let's create a public float projectile. No, let's say bullet speed. Yeah, we want bullet holes, baby. Let's say we want bullet speed, and then let's create a public game object bullet prefab. There you go. Now we want our bullet speed and bullet prefab. Now let's go create a bullet prefab, shall we? सोडियम ब्रो सॉरी, जब आप खेल रहे थे ना तो तब मेरा एक ज़रूरी कॉल आ गया था और मेरा गेम डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था, इसलिए वहाँ से लेफ्ट हो गया था। और आज सीओडीएम नहीं खेलेंगे, बाद में खेलेंगे। आज तो हम यहाँ पे ये ट्यूटोरियल वीडियो बना रहा है। Okay, so let's create a bullet prefab. Now to create a bullet prefab, let's actually create a 2D sprite within Unity. Now right click on our project and then create, and then sprites, and then square. Now this square is going to be our bullet. So let's just let's just have it named square, and we're going to make it our bullet. So we're just going to change its color to something not white so that we can see it. There you go. Now I'm going to make it black because our game is all black and white. So let's make it a 0.2 by 0.2. No, let's make it a little big, 0.3, and let's make it a 0.15 so that it looks more like bulletos. 2.7. 2 looks good. Yeah, 2 looks good. Now this is going to be our bullet. Okay. Now let's look at our bullet in here. On our bullet, we don't need anything more on our bullet. Let's just change our bullet's name. We can just click on here and then type in bullet. And then let's put our bullet right here, and then let's actually put this bullet on our bullet prefab. Okay, just drag and drop on our this thingy, and this will be okay. Now we need our bullet speed as well, so let's say bullet speed of 10. Let's give him a speed of more, let's say 20. Okay, now let's actually code this bullet to go I mean to go up. Now to create this bullet we're going to create a bullet let's say function to make that bullet go boom. Okay, so let's say we're just going to say void bullet. Now this is how you create functions in Unity C#. Now on here I'm going to say bullet prefab dot transform dot y no bullet prefab dot transform equals to new, just like before, vector 2. Holy shit. Let's say bullet prefab. I'm going to make you understand what I'm writing on here in a bit. Transform dot position dot x, and then we have the bullet speed. Okay, and we need to do transform dot position on here because we're changing positions. Okay, now bullet prefab dot transform dot position means this thing. We're going to change our bullets transform, so yeah, the bullet prefab dot transform dot position means this. We're going to grab our transform component and its position, the position x, y, z, as you can see on there. and then we're going to change it. Now we just want to change our bullet speed of y, so we're just going to change our let's say y position with our bullet speed, and this bullet prefab dot transform dot position dot x means the transform of our bullet's x value. It's not going to be changed because it's going to be set by our player prefab. Now let's actually see this working. Let's see if we can fire bullet prefabs, or let's say bullets, from our player. And Anabro, sorry for understanding. Thank you for understanding. Love you. And let's go. Okay, we're not firing bullets. It's because we have to introduce you to something called instantiating prefab as well, and we have to call this one update as well. I am a fool. Okay, now let's introduce ourselves to the Unity's instantiate method. Let's go. Unity instantiate. Holy shit, Unity, fix your documentation. Why can't I find the things? Instantiating prefabs at runtime. Frick it, I'm going to make you understand what is instantiating as well. Now, instantiating actually means it is going to take something from our project panel and it's going to put it in our game world. So, if I instantiate a bullet, it's going to put this bullet in our game world, and then we're going to take our bullet speed. Let's say we're going to take our bullet's position, and then we're going to move it up so that it looks like it's being shot. Okay, so let's go do it. Now let's go to our script. On our bullet prefab, we're going to say, let's go on this line and let's say instantiate bullet prefab. And we need position where the bullet prefab is going to be positioned. Okay, we're going to put our bullet prefab on our transfer dot position dot x and transform dot position dot y. Now transform dot okay, what is wrong? Okay, transform dot position dot. Okay, I understand now. Now this thing takes a position. This thing just takes one transform. So it's just going to take transform dot position or just a transform value. So let's actually take a look at that instantiate on Unity so that we can better understand things. Okay, now let's see this. Oh shit. Okay, I got it now. Or is it? Instantiate bullet prefab on transform dot position. Yeah, just transform and it is going to work. Now this transform means the center of this player character, nothing else. Actually, I have not been working with our Unity recently, so yeah, I am let's say a little bit weak now. Anyway, we have to call this function in our update to make it run as well, because as you can see, this has zero reference because because it's not being let's say run by anything. So we're just going to say a bullet on here, bullet, and then just this type of brackets and then a semicolon, and then it should help us shoot things, right? So let's shoot. Okay, as you can see, when we are firing, bullet clones are being spawned. Now that's a good thing because we want this to happen, but it is not moving, and there is another error. The bullets are being spawned very randomly. It's because the bullets are being spawned randomly because we are not doing any input to spawn the bullets. Now we're going to change that, but before that, let's actually change our let's actually make our bullets move. No, let's actually change the input first. So let just let's say instantiate a bullet if I am hitting a key. So let's put our instantiate in a if statement, and then we're going to say if input dot get mouse button down 0. It's the left mouse key, and if we're doing it, just instantiate our let's say and just instantiate a bullet on our transform value. Okay, as you can see, a bullet appears, and we cannot see it because it's where it is. It's way up above. It's way up above. Okay, I think this is not this is not how this thing should have worked, or yeah, I think this is not how this thing should have worked. It should be something like this. It's yeah, this should be plus on here, and the bullet speed should be more or less. Now I'll make you understand what this plus means on here, because this is getting quite confusing. Let's actually give our bullet less speed now, and yeah, as you can see, the bullet is not let's say gradually going up. It's because some issue is happening. Anyway, as you can see, the bullets, by the way, they are all let's say being spawned. As you can see, the new more new clones of bullets is appearing, but they're not moving away. We're going to fix it, by the way, do not worry at all. Now, instead of using our transform let's say transformed position, let's use rigid body in our bullets to move them, or let's say use physics to move our bullet host. Okay, so let's open our bullet. Let's just select our bullet and then put rigid body on it, and just like before, we don't want not rigid body 2D. Now, just like before, we don't want gravity to let's say disappoint us, so we're going to make gravity scale 0. Okay, now let's actually use this same method to make our bullet move. So now on here, we're going to create let's actually create another script on our bullet so that this bullets move, because we're not going to be able to move our bullets from here. So let's just actually delete this bullet speed, or we can do some crazy scripting to make our bullets move as well, but anyway, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to remove bullet speed from our player, and just going to create a new script named bullet. Now this might be a little bit confusing, but yeah, game development is confusing. Let's open up our bullet script, and let's remove these 2 lines of things because we already understand what they are. Now I'm going to say public rigid body today, and I'm going to call it RB just because it's just because of simplicity. Now on here, I'm going to say oh no, we're going to create another float as well, because we want our bullets to have a bullet speed, remember. So we're going to call it bullet speed. Let's give it default value of 10, because why not? We all like default values. Okay, so now on here, I'm just going to say rv dot velocity equals to neo vector 2, and it is going to be rv dot velocity dot x, and then it's going to be the bullet speed. Where is it? The bullet speed. Let's actually fix our spelling mistake there, because why not? Okay, it's now fixed. Now let's do a trial first. Let's see our bullets move, right? So let's have our bullet. There you go. Let's select our bullet, and then let's add our bullet script to our bullet. So just to add component, and then start typing in your script, like the bullet script. There you go. Now we change the rigid body. Just give it the rigid body, and then let's have it on our scene, and let's move it, right? Now there you go. Let's actually hit play, and let's see if this thing moves. Okay, as you can see, it's moving, but it's moving quite slowly, so I'm going to make it a little bit faster, maybe a speed of 20 or let's see, speed of 70 is going to be okay. Now let's actually go on our player, and then let's give it our bullet again, once again. And because on our player we have made our bullet instantiate, every single time we hit our mouse button, it should let's say shoot bullet holes now. Okay, it's shooting bullets. It's really shooting bullets, but from a very bad position. So we're going to create a new position and make our bullets fire from that position. For now, let's create. Let's just, if I do transform the, no, it's not going to work. We're going to create a shoot point from where our bullets are going to, let's say, be shot. Okay, so let's create a public, and then it's going to be a transform, because transforms holds the let's say word position numbers, and it's going to be called shot point, maybe. Yeah, shot point is kind of cool. And on here we're going to say shot point dot position, and we're going to have quaternion dot identity. Now what quaternion dot identity means, it's quaternion dot identity means no rotation. It means our bullets are not going to be rotated by any means. Okay, so let's do it. Let's see our bullets just go up, right? Now, no. Before making our bullets just go up, we have to create our shoot point, remember? So on our player, let's just create an empty game object, and let's hit a W to select our move thingy, and then let's make it up like this, and this is going to be our shoot point. So let's just rename it shoot point, shot point, and then come back on our player, and then put our shot point on here. Let's see if any of you, okay, Anna bro, good night on here. And then on our shot point, let's actually put our shot point, and then let's see our thing fire. There you go, look at it, beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. Now let's make our player move a little more faster, so that the bullet moving is actually something cool. And as you can see, my bots, we have a space shooting thingy here. But anyway, space ship battle game that we see on internet. Anyway, this is cool, and if you actually follow along on this tutorial, then I'll be very happy that you actually learned something from me. By the way, I'm sorry if things got a little bit complicated for you. It's because even I myself forgot things, because I have not been using Unity for a very long time. So if you followed this tutorial, thank you. And let's actually finish this thing by let's say deleting these bullets, because as you can see, these bullets are just randomly going away for to infinity. So let's actually create a timer. When the time has passed, the bullets goes let's say destroyed, the bullets disappears. Okay, so let's go on our bullet. Let's create a bullet on here. We're going to create a bullet a public float disable bullet after, yeah. And now our bullets are going to be disabled after a few amount of seconds. So let's say, sorry, destroy, I'm very sorry, destroy game object. Now this small letter game object means the game object it is currently right now, and it takes this number. So it takes a float value after a comma. On here we're just going to put our disable bullets after, and then a semicolon. And if I compile our game now, and let's come back on our bullet, and on here if I say we will disable our bullet after 2 seconds. 2 seconds is too less. Let's say 3 seconds. Then after 3 seconds the bullets are going to be disabled. So let's check if, there you go, we shot a bullet. Now after 3 seconds it's gone. There you go, after 3 seconds it's gone. So if we fire infinity amount of bullets, it's going to be little by little, let's say, disabled, because we have that disable disable after 3 seconds. So if I just stop shooting, as you can see, every single bullets are being destroyed. So I think that's all for this video. Now if you wish, we could create a, let's say, space shooter out of this, but I actually have already made a video on a space shooter. So if you actually are going to, let's say, interested in creating a space shooter by me, then follow along. I mean, just follow a video of mine that I already have created. So where is that video? Where is that video? It's a very old video, I guess. I just there you go. We have 600 views on it as well. So yeah, if we just created it on 50 minutes. Okay, so if you want to follow along and create a space shooter like this, then let's say this video is for you. I'm going to make this video's link available. Okay, so this is it. So what we have done in this video, we have created a moving player controller and we have made it shoot, and that's awesome, right? And we have learned a lot of coding, I guess, because that's a lot. Let's say learning about how to modify component is all of coding on Unity, because Unity actually makes the coding a lot easier. So yeah, thank you for watching. I think we are 45 minutes in, and it's going to be quite, I mean, it was quite fun scripting after a very long time. And lastly, if you wish to keep following this tutorial, just watch this Unity tutorial prototyping space shooter game. I'm just going to have it on our here as well, so that you can see it. Follow along. No, let's say complete video, and let's put everything in. Okay, so this is all I have for you in this video. I hope to see you very soon, and thanks for the likes here. We got 4 likes, man. I'm happy. 4 likes is like life-saving. Okay, thank you for liking the videos, and thank you for the chat as well. And the chat was not actually quite good, but anyway, thank you for watching the video. Love you, and good night.